This is the London Visited podcast on your favourite podcast provider, bringing to you the facts, history and information about different parts of this great capital. If you have been to London, are planning on visiting, live here or just love London from afar, then this is the podcast for you.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to our podcast. We're here for all things London and to tell you more behind some of the iconic places and people in London's history. In this episode, we go to Camden. Don't forget to visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel, London Visited, to see videos covering this place and so many others across London. Also, if you love the podcast and the channel, why not join us as a member? Join our group of what we like to call our London Visited Crown Jewels, where there are many different benefits, including a members-only monthly podcast. Have a look by going to www.patreon.com/London Visited. And now, to this week's podcast. Camden is a district in northwest London, 2.5 miles north of Charing Cross. Historically in Middlesex, it is the administrative centre of the London Borough of Camden and identified in the London Plan as one of 34 major centres in Greater London. Laid out as a residential district from 1791 and originally part of the manor of Kentish Town and the parish of St Pancras, Camden Town became an important location during the early development of the railways, which reinforced its position on the London Canal network. The area's industrial economic base has been replaced by service industries such as retail, tourism and entertainment. The area now hosts street markets and music venues that are strongly associated with alternative culture. Camden Town is named after Charles Pratt, 1st Earl of Camden. His earldom was styled after his estate, Camden Place, near Chislehurst in Kent, now in the London Borough of Bromley, formerly owned by historian William Camden. The name, which appears on the Ordnance Survey map of 1822, was later applied to the early 20th century Camden Town group of artists and the London Borough of Camden, created in 1965. The emergence of the Industrial Revolution in the 19th century meant Camden was the North Western Railway's terminal stop in 1837. It was where goods were transported off the tracks and onto the roads of London by 250,000 workhorses. The whole area was adapted to the transportation function. The roundhouse from 1846, Camden Lock and the stables were examples of this. Camden Town stands on land that was once the manor of Kentish Town. Sir Charles Pratt, a radical 18th century lawyer and politician, acquired the manor through marriage. In 1791, he started granting leases for houses to be built in the manor. In 1816, the Regent's Canal was built through the area. Up to at least the mid-20th century, Camden Town was considered an unfashionable locality. The Camden markets, which started in 1973 and have grown since, attract many visitors. On the 9th of February 2008, the Camden Canal Market suffered a major fire, but there were no injuries. It later reopened as Camden Lock Village, until it closed in 2015 for development. Camden Town was contained within the Metropolitan Borough of St Pancras between 1900 and 1965, when it became part of the new London Borough of Camden, of which it is the namesake and administrative centre. Camden Town is on relatively flat ground at 100 feet, 30 metres above sea level. To the north are the hills of Hampstead and Highgate. The culverted subterranean River Fleet flows from its source on Hampstead Heath through Camden Town south to the River Thames. The Regent's Canal runs through the north of Camden Town. At the end of the 20th century, entertainment-related businesses began moving into the area, and a Holiday Inn was built abutting the canal. A number of retail and food chain outlets replaced independent shops, driven out by high rents and redevelopment. Restaurants with a variety of culinary traditions thrived, many of them near the markets. On Camden High Street and its side streets, Parkway, Chalk Farm Road, and Bayham Street, the plan to redevelop the historic stables market led to a steel and glass extension, built on the edges of the site in 2006 and increased the market's capacity. Camden is well known for its markets. These date back from 1974 or earlier, except for Inverness Street Market. For over a century, a small food market serving the local community, though by 2013, all foodstuff and produce stores had gone and only touristy stalls remained. Camden Lock Market proper started in the former timber yard in 1973 and is now surrounded by 5 or more markets: Buck Street Market, Stables Market, Camden Lock Village, and an indoor market in the Electric Ballroom. The markets are a major tourist attraction at weekends, selling goods of all types including fashion, lifestyle, books, food, junk antiques, and more bizarre items. They and the surrounding shops are popular with young people, in particular those searching for alternative clothing. While originally open on Sundays only, the market activity later extended throughout the week, though concentrating on weekends. The Regent's Canal runs through the north end of Camden Town. Canal boat trips along the canal from Camden Lock are popular, particularly in the summer. Many of the handrails by the bridges show deep marks worn by the tow ropes which horses used to pull the canal barges until the 1950s, and it's still possible to see some ramps on the canal bank, designed to assist horses that fell into the canal after being startled by the noise of a train. Camden Lock is a regularly used traditional manual operating double canal lock, operating between widely separated levels. A large complex of weekend street markets operates around the lock. The towpath is a pedestrian and cycle route which runs continuously from Little Venice through Camden Lock to the Islington Tunnel. A regular water bus service operates along the Regent's Canal from Camden Lock. Boats depart every hour during the summer, heading westward around Regent's Park, calling at London Zoo, and on towards Maida Vale. Sightseeing narrowboat trips run from Camden Lock to Little Venice. The Roundhouse is a former locomotive roundhouse constructed in 1847 for the London and North Western Railway. It later had various uses, including a corn and potato store, Gilby's gin warehouse, and eventually became derelict, until it was converted to a theatre, art centre, and music venue in 1966, later closed and reopened in 2006 as a theatre and music venue. Camden Catacombs, not true catacombs, but an underground area largely underneath the Camden markets, was originally used as stables for horses and pit ponies, used to shunt railway wagons. It's not open to visitors due to the danger of flooding. The Hawley Arms is a pub and music venue which became well known in the 90s as a hub for the Indian alternative music scene in London. It was Amy Winehouse's favourite pub when she lived in Camden Town, and she was rumoured to get behind the bar to pull pints and serve drinks. Charles Dickens' second London home was in Bayham Street in 1822. He later moved to 112 Little College Street, now College Place, where he boarded with Elizabeth Rowlands, a family friend, whom Dickens later immortalised as Mrs. Pipchin in Dombey and Son. Amy Winehouse lived in Camden Town first on Prose Place, and then on Camden Square, where she was found dead in July 2011. Winehouse was strongly associated with Camden Town. Since her death, she has been entitled the Queen of Camden, and a bronze statue of her was placed in Stables Market on what would have been her 31st birthday, on the 14th of September 2014. Music band Madness are from and grew up in Camden Town and the surrounding areas. Songwriter and singer Dua Lipa grew up in Camden until she moved to Kosovo. To the north of Camden Town Station and running along the canal is a modern pop art complex designed by Terry Farrell as the studios of the former TVAM, now used by MTV, but retaining TVAM's egg cup sculptures along the roofline. Associated Press Television News has its head office in the former gin warehouse near Camden Lock, called The Interchange. Many film and television programmes have been made in the area, and in music, a number of artists have sung about Camden Town and have referred to them, not just those from the UK and the Camden area, but from all over the world as well. So, I hope you enjoyed our look at Camden. This is one that we regularly get requested to cover, both on video and also on the podcast, so I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to make contact with us or suggest any places you'd like us to feature in future podcasts, you can let me know through our website, www.londonvisited.co.uk, or our social media. It's that easy. Thanks for listening. Really hope you enjoyed our podcast, and we'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.
Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to get more shows direct to your device. Also, why not visit our London Visited YouTube channel to get even more of London. Catch you soon on the next one.